in a system that allows me to do that without me having to look over my shoulder, without having to worry about whether I'm going to be arrested for saying the wrong thing, for speaking out my mind, for saying that I think race and religious politics should be put in a dustbin, with a lot of other things that we've come to learn about. That's all I want. And that's because I'm Malaysian, like you. We coined that term, Anak Bangsa Malaysia, a while ago, when we set up something called the Barisan Rakyat. Quite a few years ago, actually, about a year before the Pakatan Rakyat came up. We drafted something. When I say we, a group of us, including Haris Ibrahim, got together and drafted something called the People's Declaration. If you look hard enough, you'll still find it online. But in the People's Declaration, we said effectively what we are all saying now. That we just want a chance to live our lives without feeling that we are any different from the next person. We want a chance to know that justice will be served when we need it, that we can rely on the Attorney General's chambers to do what is right, when it is right to do it, not because it's politically expedient to do it, that we can rely on the police to do what they're supposed to do, which is to protect all of us, not just some of us, that we can rely on the other agencies of the state to do what is right. That's all. Now I ask you, is that too much to ask for? No! I don't think so, but for some reason, the Barisan thinks it is. For some reason, the Barisan thinks it's some mystical thing, some holy grail that one has to strive for. Maybe 250 years we'll get there, according to them. I'm not sure, but I'm ready for it now.
Yes.
Yes. Now, this is me speaking as one of you. Honestly, I don't care about the politics. I just want the system that works best for us. So what I'm hoping is that all of you today can go to those who maybe are a little bit uncertain about what it is that the choice entails. Maybe speak to them and say, you know, maybe just give change a chance. Because how bad could it be? How much worse could it be? Now, I've spoken at other events this week. I'm going to be speaking somewhat at other events in the next few days. And this is something that keeps on coming up. That's been coming up for a long time now. It's this. Really, do we want to rock the boat? Do we want to really upset things? Things are okay, what? Huh? Okay, what? They're stable, what? You know, you look at the DAP, you look at the past, what they're promising you is Arab Spring, all sorts of things are being said. Do we really want that?
No.
Right? That's what's being said. And you know, as much as you and I might laugh at it, you know, because, look, I can see all of you are the converted, okay? All right, maybe the police officers at the back, not so sure. But the rest of you I can see quite converted. But there are lots of people out there who aren't so sure. And maybe we've got to actually speak to them a little bit, you know, and say to them that at the end of the day, look, what Pakatan is saying is not different from what Barisan is saying on one thing. See, Najib has agreed that we need to reform. He has. He says it all the time. I've lost track of the acronyms, GTP, ETP, whatever it is that they say on a daily basis. So the fact is, they've agreed that there's a need for reform, that we need to change things. And what he's been trying to do in the last 10, 15 days is to convince us that they're actually doing it. Prior to that, not much change. Now suddenly we're being promised A, B, C, and D. But the fact remains that they've had all these years to actually implement reform if they wanted to. And honestly, as a citizen of this country, not as a pendatang, I'm a fourth generation Malaysian, and I carry my citizenship with great pride, as should all of you. As a fourth generation citizen of this country, I'm saying, well, look, we gave you a damn chance. You didn't take it. Now, get lost and let us do our way forward. Because the longer it takes for them to get their act together, the worse the suffering is. Now, one of the things I've been doing on the side, and Sadari Hannah has been very supportive of this, is something that's called the Social Inclusion Initiative.